Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are gonna be continuing the functions, but instead we're gonna move on to like modules, the second section of this. So that last time it was part 6, now it's part 6.5, because this is basically like somewhat of a continuation of the last video. So this video it's gonna be entirely on modules, how to create modules, what you can use modules for, and like good modules for any of your programs that if you would want to use that you would want to use. So so to start, what is a module? So a module is basically so what is a module used for? A module is basically like a collection of functions. A collection of functions, and variables in a file as a library. So a library is another word for module. And basically a library or a module is basically a group of functions and variables in a file that can be used that can be imported to multiple programs. So there are many uses of this, and I'll like, get into that. So so why should we use modules? So modules reduce redundant functions in different programs. So redundant basically in this case means like repeating. It basically reduces like repeating the functions in different programs, and it's easier to maintain in like a library of functions and can be developed independently from the actual programming. So basically what this means is like, let's say there's like a few people working on a project, and let's say one person, well, you just need a set of functions for everyone to use. You can have one person make those functions and make those a module. If it's a module, then everyone who's working on the project can also use those instead of having to copy paste it and like making defining the function and slowing down the program. So there are also in Python there are built-in modules that you can use in your programs like sys, time, random, turtle, and etc. And you can also create your own modules. So let's see. Here are some useful modules to use. So first is keyword. Keyword the keyword module basically has functions that related to like checking a keyword and stuff. So the keyword module can check if a word if a word is a keyword. So in this case, print keyword dot is key, and you give input to it, like you give what is that called? You give you give it the function is keyword a parameter. Or it can also like there's more, but like and another example of what keyword can do is it can show you a list of all the keywords. So now let's see here. So yeah so first let's say print um keyword, because that's our module, dot the function we want to use from the module. In this case it's gonna be is keyword. Is keyword, and in parentheses whatever word we want. Let's say if. oh um First, before you even use modules, you have to be able to bring the modules so you can use them. So to do this, there's a keyword called import. Import is basically bringing bringing a module into your current program so that you can use it. So let's say we want to use the keyword module. You can say import keyword. And when you do this, you'll have keyword ready for use and all of its functions. So if we say keyword dot is keyword if, it's gonna be true because if is a keyword. Let's say hello. Hello is not a keyword. So anything that's a keyword will return true. Anything that's not a keyword will return false. So that is is keyword. Now, the second example is keyword dot keyword list. So what this does is prints all of the keywords that there is in Python. Yeah. So yeah. And now it shows false, none, true, and we already learned for, else, elif, del, continue, and everything like that. So these are all the keywords there are, and you can access this by doing keyword.keyword list. Another a very useful module. This is super useful for any like game program or anything. It's good to use in general and good to learn. Is random. Random can do a few things. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, random can do a few things. And one thing is, so let's first import random because we need to bring it so we can use import random. And now let's make a list. List is equal to a list of items. List is equal to a list of words. Okay, so now we have our list. And now let's say we want to like randomize the list. You can do print list dot, and if you want to shuffle the list, you can do random random dot shuffle, because the module dot shuffle because we're shuffling, and our list, which is list. And if we close it, random, sorry, it does, you shouldn't print it. And then now if we print list, you get words a list of, which is randomized, and we can do this however many times we want. Words list a of, and again, and again, and you can do this however many times you want. So yeah, that is random. And no, there's a few more you can do for random. And let's say you want to choose a random one out of this list. Random choice is equal to random dot choice, because random is the module and choice is the function of list. Print choice. Oh. Now we have of. Let's say we choose a random words. Words. A. And we just get a random word or thing. So that's random, but the final thing you can do in random is, let's say num is equal to random. Let's say you want to choose a random integer, like a random number from 1 to 100. You can say random dot rand int, because it's a random integer, and 1 through 100. And if we print num and 88, now it's 26, 34, 76. Okay. So, and this also chooses a random number from 1 to 100 or 1 to 10 or however, whatever range you want. So the final, another one is the time module. And the time module is it can be used in many ways. And I'm going to show you a program in which you can use the function for. So first, let's say you're making a program. Print hello. Let's say we want to make a mini program. We can use our execute we learned in the last one. Print hello. We have that. And we can use time. Oh, wait. Okay. So first we have to import time because that's our module. Import time. Now if we use execute with triple line, and you can say time dot sleep. Sleep is a function which stops for a certain amount of milliseconds. A certain amount of seconds. And let's say we want 2 seconds. Okay. And then we'll say print by. Okay. Now if we enter this, unexpected indent. Let's see. And let's push this up. Let's see. So this works in like a file, so it'll work better in a file. But time.sleep 2 unexpected indent. It's okay. But like when you're making a file, you can use time.sleep and it'll stop for a certain amount of seconds. But in this case, execute is not working for some reason. It says there's a indent error, but that's fine. Now that's the time module, and there's one more. There's a function when you use this, there's a function in time called the time. So what this does is give you a really long number, and what this number means is the amount of seconds it took, the amount of seconds it has been since January 1st, 1970. 1970, yeah. So let's say time. You get a bunch of this is the long number, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1,682,906. Oh wait, no. So it's like in the trillions. So it's been a lot. So it's been a long time since January 1st, 1970. And you can use this to our advantage to see how long a program took to run. So let's do this in a file. vi time taken. Okay, wait. Okay, so so first import time. For x in range, we're gonna use our loops 0 to 5. Print x. time dot sleep 0.5. So what this does is just loops through the x. It loops through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 will make it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it prints x and it stops for some time. Now, if you want to see how long it takes, do x is equal to time dot time, and at the very end, x is equal to time dot time minus x. So what this does is first takes the current time up here. It takes the current time that we started at. It does our process, and then it takes the current time and subtracts it by the previous time, which gives us our how long the program took, and just print x. Now, if we run this, yeah. If we run this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it time dot time minus x, let's see. Let's say y. Maybe it's the variable clashing problem. No. So let's see again. Time dot time is finding the current time. We do our process, and then y, a new variable, is equal to time dot time, the current time, minus the previous time, which is x. So let's see. And then we print y. It's not the variable problem. Let's see. Time. Is it? Four, five. Okay, that's. Okay. So this is correct. And it's still printing a long number. Let's try to debug this. So import time. X is equal to time dot time. Okay, print x. Now we have x. Now time dot time minus x. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Now this does work. Time dot time minus x. And let's try this. Time dot time minus x. Okay. Oh, because we're using the x variable here. So yeah, we have to change the variable we're looping with because it clashes with the x that we created time dot time. So now if we run this program, we have to print I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it took exactly 3 seconds. So that's correct. And if you want, you can round it up or round it down. So, and that's a time module. Okay. So, then there's a few modules to actually like create games. And Tinker is one of them because it's really good at handling programs and the making programs that require animation. And because it can control the screen, display an image, or use the keyboard inputs to make it do some specific things. But there's also other modules like Turtle or Pygame. And Tinker and Pygame Turtle are already built in, and all of these are built in except for Pygame because you have to download it from the internet. So now let's create a module. So first, let's create a module. So we'll call this module test module. Okay. Now we have test module.py. We have our file, which is and now we have to add functions and variables. So let's first make a comment. So what is this program going to be about? Let's say we want to let's say just see how long it takes. Actually no. Let's just make like a mini game, let's say. Mini game. Okay. So yeah. Let's say function define move. Move is gonna be x, move forward, and it's gonna be let's say there's an xy coordinate, or x is equal to, actually no, let's say we start at the corner. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Okay. X is equal to x plus 1. Oh, no. Y is equal to y plus 1 because that's move forward. And x is equal to x, so it's the same thing. Define move back. Y is equal to y minus 1. And move left. And instead we can say x is equal to x x minus is equal to plus. I mean, x is minus is equal to 1. So what this does is just subtracts 1. Yeah, it's basically, that's the same thing as x is equal to x minus 1, except it's just in an easier way to understand. And define move right. Plus is equal to 1 also works that way. So we have our functions and we have our variables. Now, let's say even grid is equal to and let's just make a mini 5x5 grid. And let's say that's you. So now we have our moving functions, we have our variables, and we have our grid. Now we just this is our module. Okay. This is our module for our minigame. Now we have to make a new file to actually import it in. So let's make it a test file. Now, and because we called our previous program test module .py, instead we just have to import test module. And what this will do is, let's say while no let's just make it for x in range 1 through 10, move forward test module dot move forward. We can also use import as or from test module import star. From so what we're saying is here, from the module import everything. So that basically means you won't have to say test module dot. You can just use the functions as if you created them in your program. Move forward, move back, move left, move left. We'll just keep it there. And then at the very end, print x comma y. And yeah. Oh, uh, okay, so y is equal to y plus 1. Now we got to go into your module. No. Let's just make these global. Okay. Y is referenced before assignment. Let's see. Y is being assigned here, and we even made it global. So why is there an error on this line? Let's see. It goes down. Y is equal to y plus 1. Let's see if we can just fix this by saying y is equal to 0. Okay. So basically, for some reason, these are not becoming global, but yeah. Oh, then I think I know what to do. Now, let's say we go into our test file instead. We go into our test file and say y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. Still not working, but this program would work if we could make the y global. Yeah. So yeah. Now, we added functions and variables, we created our file, and we imported the module into a program, and it works. So now the goal here is to create, so here's the practice problem that will require what we learned in the previous video, functions and modules. So what we have to do is create a math module and use functions in the program. So let's say, okay, let's say Python. I mean no. Let's make a file to say math module. Um uh operation. Yeah, okay. Operation is equal to input. So we want enter um plus minus times or division. Now define addition. Now we have addition. Um uh num1 comma num no no no. Yeah, num1 is equal to input, and we add enter your first, no, num2 is equal to input, enter your second, no. So now we have our two nums. Sum is equal to num1 plus num2, return sum, return sum. So now we have addition. Let's see if we can copy paste this. So these are all addition, but now we have to change each operation. Subtraction. And multiplication. Multiplication. And division. Enter sum. Okay, yeah, perfect. Now we have our four addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And now, is that all we need? Yes. VI test. So now we're just gonna delete all of this. Okay, now we have to say import math module. Now we have it. If operator is equal to plus so let's say from math module import star again, and if it's addition, do addition. if operator is equal to subtraction, subtraction, if operator is equal to multiplication, um uh multiplication, and if operator is equal to division. Oh wait, no, we have to put the symbols. Division. Okay. Now, okay. Yeah. So we have our module, and now if it's that, we just do that. If it's the operator, then just use the operator. And we'll see if this works. Enter thing. Let's say addition. Operator is not defined. Oh, operation. No, plus input input. Input. And fix it down here. Input. Plus enter my first num. 1, 2. Now don't change anything. Now in here, we just have to add one thing. Print that. Print print. So plus 1, 2, and that's what happens. So we got to go back to our module, and instead int, we have to say int. Um int of int of and and int of. And now we got to go to all the way to the other side. And fill in. Now let's say we want to do multiplication. First num 1, no, 2, 4. Num1 is an invalid keyword for int. Oh. int of and just, and we have to finish this for all of them. And now hopefully this works. Multiplication, 2, 4, 8. And let's test this again. Oh, I entered the wrong thing. Division, 4, 2. 2 point, yeah. And let's try addition, and then we'll see if it works. And let's say 12, 1, 12, 12, and 12, 24. So now our program works. Now we created a math module that uses functions to complete general math problems. And that's it for this video. And if you like this video or learn something, make sure to like and subscribe so you can so I can post more and you can learn more Python. Thank you for watching.